I left his apartment just past 2 a.m., the city still breathing beneath my heels. The warmth of him clung to my thighs, but the chill outside hit harder. Not from the wind. From the ache that came after giving too much. I didn't even know his middle name. But I knew how his lips felt pressed against the softest parts of me. How his hands made promises his mouth hadn't yet dared to speak. And I hated that I wanted more. I should have felt ashamed. I should have regretted it. But all I could think about was the way he said my name. Like it mattered. Like I mattered. I told myself it was just one night. I told myself I wouldn't call him again. But the truth was, I was already memorizing his scent. That mix of leather, musk, and something only he carried. A scent that made me feel like maybe I was more than just a body to be touched. By the time I reached my apartment, I was barefoot, heels dangling from my fingers, like a walk of shame that didn't feel shameful at all. Just unfinished. My body was satisfied. But my heart? It was buzzing. Restless. Starving. I threw the shoes by the door, curled onto the couch in his oversized shirt, and tried not to search my phone for a message he hadn't sent. The shirt smelled like him. And I hated how much comfort that brought. I told myself it was temporary. A fix. Like nicotine or sugar. But even as I sat there alone, I could still feel the shape of him. His hands in my hair. His breath at my throat. I wrapped my arms around myself, pretending it was his. I picked up my phone. I didn't message him. I typed. Then deleted. Again. And again. How do you text a man who made you lose your name? Who made you come so hard you forgot where your clothes ended and his skin began? At 3:14 a.m. I heard the buzz. A message. My heart jumped, and I hated that reaction. I swore I wouldn't let a man undo me with just pixels and punctuation. But it wasn't from him. It was a name I didn't recognize. You left your earrings again. He'll get in trouble. My breath caught. I stared at the screen. Was this meant for me? Another woman? Another her? My chest tightened, heat flooding my face. Had I been stupid? Just another notch? My thoughts spiraled, shame, confusion, then anger. My body still ached from him, and yet. Now I felt cold. Used. I read the message again. Over and over. You left your earrings again. Again. So this wasn't the first time. He had a pattern. A game. And I was just one of many who wore his shirt home thinking it meant something more. My stomach twisted. I needed clarity. I needed truth. But mostly, I needed to stop pretending this was just sex. It wasn't. Not to me. So I did what I swore I wouldn't. I messaged him. Just 3 words, who is she? And then I sat there, waiting to be shattered. The dots appeared. Then vanished. Then came back. I watched them blink like a heartbeat on a monitor. Then he replied, come over. I'll explain everything. My heart cracked. But curiosity, that ugly little thing, tugged at me harder than pride. I grabbed my keys. I didn't bother changing. I didn't touch my hair. I wanted him to see what guilt looked like. What confusion and lust and heartbreak looked like in real time. I drove barefoot, chest tight, the city sleeping as I held my breath between every traffic light. His door opened before I could knock. Ethan stood there like a sin I'd forgotten how to resist. Shirtless, low sweatpants, jaw tense. He didn't smile. Didn't say a word. Just stepped aside, like he knew I'd come, like I always would. You got a message, I said, tossing my phone on the counter. About earrings. He didn't flinch. Just exhaled like the truth was heavier than my accusation. It's not what you think. Classic. Men always said that before confirming it was exactly what you thought. She's my ex, he said, pouring whiskey into a glass without asking if I wanted one. She still has keys. Still thinks she can walk in and out like we're unfinished. His eyes met mine. But we are. I swear it. I didn't believe him. Not fully. But I wanted to. He stepped closer. No lies between us now. Just space. You're not her, he said, voice low. I don't lose sleep over anyone. But you, his hand brushed my cheek. You're different. My body betrayed my doubt. I leaned into his palm. His lips found mine. Desperate. Hungry. Not like the first time. This kiss was laced with confession. He lifted me onto the kitchen counter, and the rest of the world dropped away. For now, I didn't care who she was. I only cared how he made me feel. His hand slid under my shirt like he was reclaiming territory. My breath hitched. I was still mad. Still unsure. But my thighs parted when he pressed between them. Rage and arousal, the oldest combination in history, danced through my veins like wine. I shouldn't, I whispered, even as my nails clawed at his back. Then don't, he said, voice rough. But he didn't move. He just waited. Breath against my neck. Thumbs drawing circles on my thighs. I hated that I wanted him more than answers. I pulled him in. Bit his shoulder. Made him feel what I felt. The need. The punishment. The ache. He gasped, and it made me powerful. This wasn't making love. This was a war. And I wanted to win. Even if I lost myself doing it. Afterwards, I lay there. Naked. Sweaty. Silent. He traced his fingers along my spine like punctuation. I'm not playing games, he murmured. But my heart was already building walls. I wasn't sure I'd let them down again. Not yet. Morning came too quickly. The sun painted his bedroom gold, but the warmth didn't reach me. I wrapped the sheet tighter around my chest. Ethan was already up, making coffee like last night didn't unravel something dangerous between us. I found his phone on the counter. I don't know what possessed me, impulse, instinct, maybe fear. I tapped the screen. No lock. No shame. That's when I saw it. A message. Not from his ex. From a name I didn't recognize, Vivian, room 304. The message was simple, you left her earring on my sink. Be more careful next time. My stomach flipped. This wasn't about me, or the ex. This was someone else. A new woman. And I wasn't even the only lie. I held the phone until my hands shook. Ethan walked in and froze. Put it down, he said, voice low but steady. You're misunderstanding. But I'd heard that tone before. From every man who got caught and still tried to rewrite the ending. Who's Vivian? I asked, throat dry. Another ex? Or just one you haven't gotten bored of yet? He reached for the phone. I didn't let go. You don't get to play me and then pour me coffee like it's nothing. His jaw flexed, but he didn't speak. He turned away, grabbing his keys. Come with me, he said. I'll show you who she is. The room blurred for a second. This was it. The fork in the road. Stay and trust him, or leave and protect whatever pride I had left. We drove in silence. Not to a hotel. Not to another woman's apartment. But to a rehab clinic. Vivian's my sister, he said finally. Room 304. She's been in recovery for 3 months. He turned to me. The earrings weren't hers. They were yours. I blinked. Mine? He nodded. The night we met. You left them in my truck. She found them when I dropped her off at detox. She assumed the worst. Guilt hit me like cold rain. I hadn't just doubted him. I judged him like every other man before him. In room 304, a woman who looked too tired to lie smiled at me weakly. You must be the one he won't shut up about, she said. He's stubborn. But he loves hard. Her words carved something open in my chest I didn't know was still locked. That night, we didn't have sex. We laid in bed fully clothed, fingers intertwined. I cried, not because I was broken, but because I wasn't. I finally believed someone when they said I mattered. That was the night I stopped running. For now.